Okay, so now we're just going to have a look at going over into the arrangement view. So let's assume that you've made a track of MIDI clips and audio tracks and you're wishing to start arranging them into a song. So basically what you want to do is get these clips over here across into the arrangement view. A few ways you can do that. You can just drag them one at a time over to this thing and it'll drop it over into the arrangement. Choose the corresponding track. You can select all of them at once and drag them over and drop them in. Or probably the easiest way is if you select them all and left click and drag and then just hit tab. You can actually go and just place them all in that way. So as you can see here, I've dropped them into the arrangement view, and this bar up the top here can be adjusted, and then you select this guy up here to create a loop around your area, and that will just loop in the arrangement view around this section. Now with all of my clips there, you can see there's just one instance of them that's been brought over. So I can either highlight them and do the same Command D and duplicate as often as I want, or I can simply just grab the edge of a clip and drag it as well, and that'll just do instances. You can see they're all joined together, or again I can just Command D and do it that way. Now in terms of arranging my clip, this is where I want to set it out like a song, so I'll just want certain parts to be coming in at certain times. So I can just highlight things, delete them if I don't want them. Let's have a look. This is going to be a terrible track, I do apologize. Now in the arrangement view you can expand by clicking on these little arrows here, and you can see the track information. There's the MIDI notes, there's the audio data. So I can expand all of those out. I do have options on here for automation as well. So for example, on this opening, I'll just play it a little bit. As you can hear on that opening part, I could go in here just like in the clip envelope section, and I can choose different automation parameters. For example, I might want to send some of this to ping pong. I can do that, and then I select again that orange line, put in breakpoints, and I can make adjustments about sending things there. Then I can also hit this little plus button here, and it'll put that automation onto a separate line, because I might want to go back in and put in some other automation. For example, I might want to put in some panning, so now it's opened up for me to do it in that window. And then I can hit that plus again and add that to its own automation line, so I can see if I've got numerous automation going on at once. Some other things that you might notice in the arrange section here, it's set in bars up the top section, and underneath here you've got a time graph, so you can actually see how long each one goes for. You do have automation available on other any basically track that's in here, including the master track. And also your sends, you can draw in automation on those tracks as well, just like I showed before. You've also got the same sort of options that you had over in the session view. You can arm tracks over here. You can mute, you can solo, you can do your sends here on this INF section. You can choose your ins and outs and things here as well. One thing to keep in mind here with clips, as opposed to the session view, is that any adjustment you make in a clip here is individual. So if I just adjust this clip, it's only going to affect this one. Likewise, same with MIDI. If I make adjustments just inside of this MIDI here, for example, I change some notes, it's only going to change in here and not over here in the clip in the session view. And so bear in mind that's the same as well. If you think that you need to change something, don't go into here and make the changes expecting it to change over here. If you did make changes to a clip in session, you would need to drag it back over into this section to make a change.